Hope we're all good to go. We got a microphone, we got a webcam. Hopefully that's enough. And hopefully this is the right save. Let's see.
The unpromising race pupil return.
Okay, I think we already talked to Measurehead and got him to open the door for us. We could have spun kick him. We went to all the effort of doing the other route. Okay, so we can open this door now, I believe. Although, hold on. I want to talk to this guy for 2 seconds and see if he comments on the fact that we dealt with Measurehead.
Hola, Wandering Man.
Nope. Tris, how you doing? I'm doing pretty alright, I think. Looking forward to trying more disco here. I hope it's the right save. Weird if you accidentally found a very similar streamer, right? Looks similar, playing the same game, at roughly the same progression point. Big multiverse theory. Is that you're not gonna go the spin kicking route? I don't think so. I mean, I went to all the effort to learn the other thing. You have no choice but to talk to the union leader. Every worker equals a member of the board. At the bottom of the union logo, demand democracy. This is a Dewey typewriter. Radio's emitting strange buzzing sounds.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Only 10 cents, but I don't know who I would call.
The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
I think I just wasted 10 cents. You let your muscle memory dial a random number, 8% chance. Interfacing. We don't have interfacing.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air.
Useful patterns?
Undoubtedly, no.
I might try again later.
Muscle memory is a tricky thing.
Okay, not helpful. Just a Prey Guy DLC, had no idea. Prey Moon Crash. Prey Moon Crash. It is a very different thing, apparently. It's a roguelike. Tomo, good to see you. There's one race to do up, right? Yeah, we did the spin kick in alternate timeline. Incense. Nice to back another for it, yeah.
Forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
We barely succeeded. Oh, Kim thinks that. Okay, because we have the camaraderie. Open the drawer.
Opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through the
Hundreds
folders.
of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
Even Ilmara. I don't remember Ilmara. All the effort lay world back when we did things. Well, yeah. Well, it took time is all I mean. And we had to do the composure check to learn in the first place. And yeah, I was intrigued what Moon Crash for Prey will be. That really we're not looking up. All I know is it has roguelike elements. That's all I know, really. Donnie, good to see you.
And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Coal City and Jamrock suck. I don't remember Kuron or La Delta.
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Force yourself to go through the folders. 58% chance.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Why would you say never mind the note after passing this check? Nice that you're enjoying this game. I'm enjoying this game a lot. I have a big fondness for indie games with great voice acting, and the Final Cut patch added a ton of voice acting in this game, full voice acting essentially. So yeah, I'm a sucker also for games that have choices that matter. And this game seems to have a lot of choices that matter, in small ways and maybe in big ways too. Look at the note.
To be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes.
Shoes.
Special whirling borscht. Water Everart's plants. Sweep office floor. More banners.
Special whirling borscht. Everett's
All
shoes.
items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do list with errands.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
We still got 5
The
XP.
special borscht seems a bit odd in the list.
Logic. The special borscht seems a bit odd. Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, all items on the
Oh,
list have been
well,
crossed out, and
we don't-
the note itself is
We get
crumpled.
the logic note about the whirling thing, but we don't actually get to do anything with it right now. Alright, we get some cabinets. Visual calculus +1, drama -1, neat office shades. That affect our skills. Visual calculus goes to 7. Drama goes to 5. Reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. Well, I doubt we're getting any drama right this second, although drama's a pretty cool skill. Got some magnesium. We didn't look at these books, did we? Or that red book? There we go. It's a postcard worth $4.50. That's more than our entire fortune right now. And a book. We can inspect the book, although inspecting books uses up time, right?
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners.
Leaving
of the
those
cover.
choice of those. Sick game, put mine on hold to come watch. We'll see how ours goes compared to yours. Just compared to dressed now, compared to I was dressed by the end makes you short. Oh, how you were dressed by the end. Why the late king?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see. Because
Why antlers?
white antlers are one of the symbols of communism.
They are?
They represent a society in accord with the natural world and, at the same time, above it.
Is that for this game, or is that a real thing? I've never heard that. Flip through the pages. Now, hold on. The time is
To
1551.
your disappointment,
Still
there aren't
1551.
any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text.
Little
Into
doodles in
after
black and
life
white.
pages. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Comrade, as you
Editor's
know,
note.
this journal takes its name from Mazov's
Right.
immortal expression, Du Cristal.
So this is the communist propaganda. Can we learn anything here, or is it just passing time?
Of capitalist ideology turned to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are
The
content
radical
to
truth.
soon feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers.
That's what our Twitch channel's all about, driving away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, it sounds like they're already alienating the readership.
So please, if you value our radical
You're right.
Soviet perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle. The
Click,
editors.
cool, pretend everything's in order. Wait, so I can actually whisper to Kim. Kim, I think this is a communist magazine.
What do you expect?
Right.
It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds. before
Local
you.
concerns is probably where we could possibly learn something. International
This section
developments.
includes a long
free
PDF.
trade,
You also skip over an
smuggling.
article about, face it, you really aren't interested.
Right, foreign
You
affairs.
flip back to the front of the magazine. It takes a
Culture.
moment, but gradually
Arts
it
and culture. Why they decided to title this one section in Walder is beyond you.
evokes a sense of recognition
Fellowship.
and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio
Oh!
as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
This is worth noting, actually. So this line makes no sense unless we've seen this line. Why did they put the title in Walder? Well, then the camaraderie says it votes a sense of recognition. But if we didn't have this context, this line doesn't make sense. So, you know, we're comboing skills.
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tourney, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tourney is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
Zero Carousel Racing Circus. Let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season.
But it's not.
Sprinkled with, instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney.
What's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships.
Sure.
And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
I think that's fair.
So, all of it, basically.
Who wrote this stuff? What's about sponsorships? What's wrong with a good motor crash? They keep it interesting. Who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka.
Buka.
There's no way those are real names.
Why aren't they real names? Because these are radical ideas.
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
More than that, they're likely anagrams? Oh, well. Then we actually might want to try to remember these names, because maybe we can find the people that they are based on. What's about sponsorships?
The article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity.
They clearly said I don't understand what intersolary meant in the context of the game. Wait, I've maybe even missed where that was used.
Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
Right, but then you get to see him crash.
That precisely is what's problematic about
Spectacular violence.
Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest.
Tip is an intersolary race.
At the end of the day,
well,
it's
right.
the destruction
A race
of
between
these
solar systems, right.
750,000
I don't know what it means either, I suppose.
races that you're really watching for.
750,000 real. I've got 2.65. I like it for the racing. I am just it for the violence.
Sure, you think
I'm going
that,
anti-violence for now.
Subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
It's interesting that it's like the book is saying this. Guess never thought about that
That's
much.
because you haven't been reading critically.
Uh-huh.
But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Someone else read critically for you. Kim, this article says no one watches Tip Top Terrain for the races.
Come on. Can this article read your mind?
No, I guess not. It seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever.
Google just brings up links to this game, huh?
You flip back to the front.
There was,
The table of contents unfolds before you.
There was one point, and I can't remember the exact dialogue, but we were looking at the maps in the bookstore last time we played, And it mentioned that the things at the edges were, like, signified as stars, actually, on the map, I think. And I think we failed to check, and it says, like, you don't know what these stars are, but they're way out there. And so, maybe in-universe countries are referred to as, like, a star? I don't know. It's an idea. Let's see what they mean by local concerns. This is probably the most interesting.
This section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames
City in
the
revolt.
wild lions. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Damn communists! Should've killed them all when they had the chance. Fourth of Wild Pines, all these moochers be out of a job. Charging rent to live somewhere is pretty dangerous, or outrageous, rather. Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital reach some sort of reasonable accommodation? Why should I care? This doesn't have anything to do with me. Well, let's try to talk about reason.
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international
G-Martin, yeah.
or their mucilaginous allies.
Right communist propaganda, not the last two Game of Thrones books.
Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold.
What about the coalition?
Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You should probably know about it already, honestly.
I assume this would change if I had heard more about the coalition.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Huh, so I mean, we got some information, but we didn't get any, like, XP. Alright. Upstairs we go. There's a novel coming out this year set in the same world. Gonna pick up and see what this universe is about. It certainly has in-depth relation or in-depth locations and stuff, in-depth world building. I can't get over to that box, it seems. I can look at this coat.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. There is a white rectangle clearly visible on its back.
Look, Lieutenant, someone left their cloak behind.
Yes, it was probably you. It does bear the RCM insignia, after all.
Think I should get
The
it?
service cloak issued to you by your station? Yes, I do.
Yes,
As
I
your
do.
fingers touch the tarpaulin,
Policeman
it
cloak.
almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. That's what the cloak is relaying.
Thanks, cloak. Is it a good cloak? Ah, it's pure bonuses. We get more camaraderie with the police, because it's a police cloak, and we also get the shivers. What does that compare? Oh, and it's just a straight upgrade over our blazer. Our blazer gave, just bonus to camaraderie. This one also adds the shivers. Know thy neighborhood. So, we get that up to 3 with the cloak on. Collecting rainwater. I can't look at this down there, can I? No, I have to get down there somehow. It's an exit. We can go up over there, it looks like, but there's also stuff here. More stuff that I might expect. Faded industrial lettering. Cabal Sund. Can I go this way? Seemingly no. There's not a whole lot over here, if that's the case. Maybe I'm missing a oh, wait, look at this. I didn't see this. There's 2 things here. There is some health, which we could use. And hey, $1.36. We're up to $4. Oh, and there's also a button here I didn't see.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and arete are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Allumé on, étendre off.
Ah, well, I appreciate that. We don't have to take the gas. I was thinking up and down. Only takes an 8. We have 14.
With
On.
a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Uh-huh.
And with a surprisingly quiet,
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
I didn't turn the thing off, which maybe is good. Now, wait, I was gonna say, can I investigate the crate now? I can. Now it's on the ground. It didn't seem to get out of the way of anything for us. Oh wait, maybe it did. I can go over here? Could I go over there before? Whale Fjord.
stands a cargo container. Just one of many.
Go and stop would be a more accurate translation. Hank says, uh-oh, new variety game? We were playing this all last week. We were. Good to see you, Hank. I think there's something special about this cargo container.
You do? Because I don't.
Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Open the door.
To turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Knock on the
No
door.
reply.
Alright, nothing to do here for now. So yeah, they're like, it's a random cargo container, and we actually can't seem to do anything. There's some more cash. Shipyard head is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Speaker tower silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. There's a whole left path we didn't see. This is feeling like progression. We got some Half-Life gloves. That's aggression. Now, aggression could actually be bad for us in some cases, but I wasn't wearing any gloves before. So now we've got our aggression, our threatening up to 3. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Okay, so the background of the game is way more developed than you thought. If you're playing the game, check out the Wikipedia article afterwards. Spoilers, but interesting development of the story. Alright, there's some cash. Container! Container! Let's save before we talk to somebody. Is this the Union leader? Probably not. Easy. Oh, wasn't that the name that was on the to-do list? Container, container, turn you nice and red. Container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's
Very thick.
from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Wait, Ubi Sunt? Sick. Wait, why is my encyclopedic knowledge have a mistake in it? What?
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Doesn't seem to be that thick of an accent. Do not interrupt this man's joyous activity. Hi!
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
He seems
The
friendly.
look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
He's too wholesome for me.
I see you are not a Union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people and scabs? Actually, yes, I am. What is it with you and scabs?
I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Whoa, big responses. Some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean. You're Ubi, right? What are you doing with the containers? Where is everyone? The harbor's empty. Do you work here? Are you the Leo who wrote the note about making more banners? Yeah. Although that tells him that we were going through the stuff in the office. What's that container over there? I wonder if that would let me look in the container. I can say you're Ubi, right? Which we learned from the encyclopedia and stuff, but I don't know if I want to point out his heritage.
Oh, yes. Born
Right.
and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave
Such a
my
thick
dad
understandable
after
accent,
the
right.
violent. Took us here to the new world.
New
I was about
world.
10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
What are you doing with the
Oh,
containers?
I'm just making some covers
Ooh.
for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
What's going on here? Look at the Myers carriers behind him. 83% chance of success. Containers in the yard are great. Oh, well, sure.
Green Wild Pines livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers? Looks like a massive redecorating operation. Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Has anyone told you why I need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Okay, so they're rebranding from Wild Pines to Union.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister.
5 XP.
No trouble at all.
Why is the harbor? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are
Down at the gates, trying to keep the scavengers coming in. We're on a strike.
So no one is working.
2
Not
months, no one
everyone is
working.
down there, of course. Mr. Everett is in his office.
In his office.
Where he always is.
Oh, right.
John Luke is guarding the gate.
He actually straight up mentions Jean-Luc working for the Union, which I guess we knew, but
Titus and his boys
Jean-Luc
got
is
into some
Measurehead.
drunken trouble, and Everett sent them on a nice vacation for a week or so.
what kind of trouble did this Titus get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's Union business.
He smiles and leans
He
closer.
and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Did they kill someone? Good question. What'd they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details.
Uh-huh.
That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Another 5 XP.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
He looks to you for
Look at
assistance.
it. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Too rowdy. Leo, what kind of fight they get into? They kill a mercenary. It's not gonna be anything useful. Better go with the flow. Let's hear about this fight you got into, Leo. Maybe we get some... It's saying, our rhetoric is saying, okay, this won't be useful. Maybe we can hear some about Leo, though.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew
Huh.
off the handle like nobody's business.
It's Bob Ross. Bob Ross. Choosing to be wholesome.
But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this.
So Leo and Everett have known each other since they were kids.
Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
Do you work here?
Yes.
Yes, we know.
Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
He welcomes you.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when
Uh-huh.
Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away.
Edgar and Everett start to get a little confusing. I wish they'd use names with different first letters.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are
Oh, my
really
missus,
nice
huh?
to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Pretty sure this place would fall apart if you didn't shine the boss man's shoes, Leo. Oh, wait, this is very sarcastic. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo. Hold on. Tell me more about her.
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Okay, so she's the union lawyer?
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
Sadness in his eyes. She grew up here.
Child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
Leo is wandering between like 7 different characters, and I'm keeping track of it, but they're throwing a lot at you.
So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Buford. Interesting.
So logic can clarify something we already figured out, but that's good. I'm using logic. I think you're doing a great job here, Leo. Why would I say the sarcastic thing? He's so nice.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really.
You didn't think it was possible? The smile becomes even wider.
Some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are all right.
Thanks,
The
Leo.
white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but the recognition from an authority figure made Leo's day.
So that would probably happen either way, right? Because I've got it right now, but Kim's always going to have it, so it's not relevant that I'm wearing it. And right, I'm going to mention, are you the one who wrote the note to make more banners? I mean, he might get upset about this, though, that I looked at his note.
Oh, yes, yes.
Now
I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That
Right.
old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What about the borscht? Our logic said something's mysterious about the borscht.
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Uh-huh.
It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
What do you mean by taking this soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes.
Right.
I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Who makes it, the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
We've heard about Grad. As long as all about this borscht, I'm gonna look into it, except to ask. Just want to know who wrote the note. Refuse to ask.
Oh, sure, mister.
The special
Sure.
borscht. Okay.
You do that. Yes, sir.
Side quest obtained. What's in that container?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have
Okay.
nothing.
Told you.
I told you, there's nothing. There's nothing. He says, huh, never got this borscht quest. Looking for the Lear Dockworkers Union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then?
Uh-huh.
He's an awfully nice fellow.
Lived in this neighborhood. Yep, we knew that.
Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar,
They're
his
good.
brother.
We said that earlier.
Oh, Mr.
Where can you find
Edgar
him?
is where he always is. In his office, of course. Bye-bye
Okay.
now.
And he indicates the office is right there, which means I'm not going to go through that zone line. We are going to, instead, double back real quick. Because there is that left path we didn't see. Now, of course, maybe I'll run all the way back there and there'll be nothing, but I accidentally went down the progress route. Wait. Can I... Uh-oh. Can I get around this way, or have I blocked myself off? No, I must get around this way. Ah, shoot. Somehow just minimized the game. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we are gonna go up this way, because we never checked this path up here. Numerous bottles Commodore Red, at least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
Volition failed. Needed 10, we had 9.
Need to rest. Your body is aching. Getting in here has taken something out of you. Have a seat.
So I failed volition and I failed endurance. Although I might... Okay, have a quick look inside the booth.
If you must.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the
Why did you take that?
Something this man piques my interest. Think it'd be a side thing. I'm a cop, instinctual collect evidence. I'm making a photo collage. So this man piques my interest.
Hi. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Let's see if we say rest.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Search for a little something to help you out.
The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date.
Read the side effects.
Oh boy.
Of course.
Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to La Opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
Larson, where'd you learn misselling the crime scene? Your Discord announcement message. I've been running back through the things we've already done with the opposite build. So we've got intellect and some empathy, right? So I've been running back through the things we've already done off stream with strength and coronation. And so I caught that there was something to the left side of the crime scene that I just totally missed when we were there while I was playing through it again.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
I've had myself some meds.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
Take the painkillers.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now.
Get up. So, I failed that in... Stand exit the booth. I failed those checks, and I actually got some stuff out of it. So was that actually good to fail that check, I wonder? If I was feeling too good, do I just not get those meds? Possibly. Well, I can't seem to get over to those places right now. Alright, back to go talk to the Union leader. I said, cheating. I'm scouting behind instead of scouting ahead. Do you pique your interest in the U.S.? Yes. Or is it pique your interest? Notice it was spelt like the latter. I actually see more of the former than the latter, to be honest. I didn't notice the spelling there. But usually I see the former. Alright, let's talk to the Union leader. I think we've thoroughly checked this area. Yeah, I do wonder what happens if we pass those checks on the health and volition. But maybe it was a good one to fail. Coffee in the giant thermos is still lukewarm. Stairs made of pallets lead upwards. Big fish. Taxidermy fish that tells time. Alright, looks like the only thing we can do is talk to the Union leader. Let's actually... I just saved, but let's save right before we talk to him. We want to change any gear before we talk to him. I could get... No, I wouldn't want -1 suggestion. Alright. I like his chair. I like his big chair. He's a big guy.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
I'm a little worried some of the animations are wasted, especially if the game was unvoiced. And you were looking over here when he was doing the little lean-back animation and does the finger gun.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Leave without comment. Walk back out. Never talk to him again. Talk to you again. We. I just want you to hear me out. After that, you can blow up the Union, if that's what you think is right. Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Mr. Dubois, Mr.
Oh.
Kitsuragi.
Not
It's
quite the
good of
voice I
you
expected.
to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
At least you got a good chair.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
Composure. Yeah, easy. 8 to 8. We don't really have composure.
Go ahead, detective.
Luton's you than the
Whatever
chair.
he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Take a seat. I'd rather stand. Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
Ah. Where's Inland Empire defined as, by the way? Hunches and gut feelings. So Kim says take the chair. He says take the chair. Your Inland Empire talks about the name. Take a seat, I insist. Take a seat. I don't say it's kind of my thing. Want to take a seat in the bad chair. He says as equals, but it puts us in a lower position than him. I'm not gonna sit.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
Uh-huh.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly...
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
If we had 2 more points of volition, we might be able to override his convictions. But we don't have it. Alright, take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Gives you a sly wink. Remain serious. Damn, this chair's uncomfortable. Try to wink back. Just seems confusing. That's what I want. Try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Nicest awful voice. Too much trying to be a character like the library owner. The library owner. Can I talk to the library owner? This is the chair. Ooh, health damaged. Health damaged by the chair?
The chair you're sitting
Yeah.
on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Uh-oh. Glad we had a couple meds. I needed 12 pain threshold, and I have 8. Oh, another ghost stood outside. I didn't actually ever talk to her, right? I only talked to the girl. Well, okay, well, we did see her very briefly, didn't we? That's true. We saw it very briefly when we were going through the racks. That's right. We didn't talk to her directly, but we did hear her. That's right. And it was a bookstore, not a library. That's a...
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart.
She was constantly talking. Yeah, she was saying, you know, I can't let you see that wisdom. The wisdom of the bad self-help books. All right. Rather reception from Gart. Some people with no manners.
Should take care of that nonsense.
Points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically
Should be
huge.
sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Take the comically large check. Take the comically large check, but don't say anything. Keep it on good. You can take that comically large check and shove it. Wait, you know, Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
25 real. But, you know, that barely gets close to covering. Well, it kind of does. It gets us halfway to the... We need 60. Keep it.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles.
What if
No
I need that
handouts,
money?
then.
What if I need that money?
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
But why does he know about that? Unless he has a mole in the police.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
That's interesting. So I succeeded this half-life check. I only needed 6. We have 9. But we still lost morale.
When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
How do you know about my lost gun? I'm not worried. I got this. I can appreciate the help you provide. Well, how do you know?
I know everything, Harry.
Oh.
Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right.
Is this our name? Are we Harry Dubois?
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Composure 2. -2. The chair is killing you. -1. Side effects spooks. 3% chance of success, which is the title of the stream right now. Kim, turn to Kim. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna go for the 3%. We'll probably just lose more morale.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I have to try the check. I'm forced to. Alright, 3% chance of success. It's the stream title.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
I needed 12. I got 4. Yep. No, I'm not about cry. Try to stay cool. I'm gonna fail. Men can cry too. Men can cry too, but I don't want to cry in front of this guy. Alright. Try to stay cool.
Mr.
Fail.
Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this,
Yeah.
Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place. Keep sliding down the chair like a jello shot.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Nah, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head. Oh yeah, man, I'm effing great. Keep sliding. Actually, this chair's uncomfortable. I could use a glass of water. I'm melting! I'm melting! What a world! So I never attempted the red checks. Lots more info. Thought I could come back to them. So I've already found so many things where I need a 10 in a stat already. It's kind of crazy. Right, and you know, we've passed a few even higher than that on, like, Encyclopedia at least. Keep sliding.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm
Okay, enough. We are here.
It is about
Murder
time to
questions.
stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Well, at least we passed this volition check. Alright, you guys got in. You called Mr. Dwa. Why? Let's talk about my lost gun. What's up with the hanging? Looking into your shady brew. What's in the container that's outside your office? We can keep asking about the container. Kim said was nothing, and Leo said there was nothing, but we can keep hammering about the container. I guess we all got in.
I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil.
I really believe in the race mystery. I'm glad I was given this chance. Hope one day people can contribute. I'm not a race pupil. Just listen to some of the things he had to say. It was a tactic. I need to get it somehow. It's not like I'm a racist now. Yeah, I'm a big racist. It's basically like that in my head all the time. I'm not a race pupil. Just listen to some of the things he had to say. It was a tactic. I need to get it somehow. It's not like I'm racist now. I'll tell him it was a tactic.
Of course, Harry. Of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now. And rest assured, no one's going to hear about it.
He winks at you. Uh-oh.
No one's going to know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez.
Sure kicked him in the face.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Fantastic races. Yeah, reminds me of Harry Potter of all things, when the wand maker is talking up Voldemort. He did great things. Terrible, but great. Come, Mr. Raw, why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science
Fantastic
fiction
again.
amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
Memory's fine, just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
So Everard's got a lot of stuff. He's got information about your gun, he's got money, he's got information about your identity. Got all types of stuff.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
You know where I live? Do you know anything about my family? Do I work for kids, or what kind of cop does it say that I am? Where'd you get that folder? Have another look at that folder. I can almost always pass it anyway, because we have high drama, but we can probably get even more boost. You know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock.
We knew
You're a
Jamrock.
boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
We knew that.
He doesn't really seem to know any more about it.
Wife and kids? What kind of cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
I'm sorry? That's what our inner knowledge told us before.
Yes. You seem to be. A lot of the time. But right now, there's no reason to be. Let loose a little. Be you.
Fine, what's my full name?
It's Harry.
Uh-huh.
Harry Dubois.
Right. Thought you were Harry Dubois. I like it, I can work with that.
And I can work with you, Harry.
Uh-huh.
Now, what else can I do for you?
What about family?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
I think I do a bit of wonderful father. Never mind the family. No, not really.
That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats.
Okay. Have another look at the folder.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay, that's not a cop folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He's just got demographic information.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
But the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Alright, so we know our name now. We got 5 XP. I guess I can talk about the lost gun, but...
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone.
So Everard is talking about spreading the word that we lost our gun and spreading the word that we did the racist stuff. And so he's trying to discredit us before we've even talked to him. Huh.
Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Can you really hold my gun hostage? I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. I don't care about my gun. Keep it. This means if I do things for you, I'll get my gun back. Can you really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Yeah, let's say I'll not be blackmailed.
Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
Got 10 XP.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's
okay.
Excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
I read the subtitle first. A friendly gun-finding competition. There's a sentence I doubt I've seen in any other game ever. What's about the hanging? Look into your shady brew. What's in the container?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
It was attached to the crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Talk to the container. I'm not sure if I ever want to tell him I'm looking into the shady brew, but okay.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it.
Do it.
Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
Okay, well, so it seems that the shady brew is either us going crazy again, like the container, and it's really nothing, or, maybe it is a little shady, but it's not particularly important to their organization as a whole. I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here.
It is.
That's
It's the main
why
quest.
you're Martinez.
Yes.
I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help, like I'm helping you with your lost gun. I mean, it's no
10 XP.
secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a but. Say nothing.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
That's exactly what...
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in my life. You heard wrong, we're not. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Absolutely nothing shady.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Bend his efforts towards your own. Why don't you just open it yourself? Whose door is it? But you don't even know anything about the hanging. Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man.
Right.
And more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
No, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by
A
weasel?
loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
But you don't even know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
I can't just say I'm gonna go push down somebody's door when he won't even tell me who it is. I can't do that. Look into it. We need to talk about the murder. No! We've turned down everything he offers us, and it seems like a good thing to keep doing, even if he might cause problems for us.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Now, they do mention, the drama thing did mention the idea of pretending to work for him and then changing the angle. And it really does seem like a dead end if we don't do this. Hopefully we can change the angle. I guess dead ends are boring. Fine. Maybe I'll reconsider opening that
A
door.
fantastic change of heart, Harry. Go talk to Manana down by the gates. He'll brief you and give you the key. Just open one little door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. That's it. Anything else we should discuss?
Plot lock to become a corrupt officer, maybe. Although, but now, here we go. Open one little door. You don't even need to go in or anything. Want to see that weasel come home and see the unlocked door? That's it. So I could possibly go in, search the room, leave, and still choose to lock the door back and not do what he wants, but gain some information? Maybe.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Thanks, I was wondering how we were gonna get out. Great, we're gonna get stuck in here.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Alright, well, so I mean, everything that guy does and says is very, not great. He's very, 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 very obviously trying to use his power against you. Also... Oh, there we go. We have to go around these boxes. Interesting. This looks open, but I can't go that way. Here's the key. It doesn't seem that shady. Yeah. It's interesting. It's also interesting that, you know... He has the key, and he's asking us to go unlock the door, and Kim says he wants to make it look like the cops are working for him, but he could just unlock that door, you know. Where does the implication that we did anything come in? If he could just do it himself, right? Oh, this is not voiced. Leon Fish Creek, this Greek Shore has some questions for you.
At all, mister.
Okay. I was just... Oh, I missed some cash? Really? How'd I do that? Alright, well there's a buck. Alright, let's get out of here, and... I don't think we'll have time to do all of it. Yeah, can I try to talk to the container? Oh, I just saved, didn't I? Oh well.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Rhetoric impossible, 18. Persuade the door to open. +1 score for erratic yet thorough. 8% chance to persuade the door to open.
Despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you.
Double sixes! Double six! Impossible 18, your score 19. Hello? Is anybody in there? RNG.
The door stands silent.
Satisfied, detective?
Try again.
There's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you.
Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door.
Ahoy! Come on in!
Mega rich light bending guy?
You can't be serious.
Well, we got someone that most people may not see. Cliffy says, what? Impossible roles leading to big story, silly divergences. It's like the wild wasteland. Light bending! Light bending. It's like the wild wasteland perk in Fallout. The light inside the container is bent.
The man
He says, this never happened to me.
at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review.
Squint. Cover your eyes. Squint.
Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, and echo. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard.
Man, we've got really high visual calculus, actually. We've got 13, but this needed 20. Another impossible check.
In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Hello. What's going on in here? Wow. What's going on in here?
Welcome, welcome. Not too much, actually. Just pleasantly surprised to have company today.
You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, we should get back to our investigation. Thanks for your time. You can see of his body appears composed in a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days. Anyhow, my name is Rustam Diodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
My name is Harry, I'm a detective. My name is Harry, I'm an alcoholic. My name is Harry, I'm an alcoholic detective.
Pleasure to meet you, Harry. Public service is a noble cause.
How'd you become so rich? What are you doing inside this container? You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money? How'd you become so rich?
Oh lord, not this again.
What's the matter, Kim?
Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case, you say, sure, Kim, I think it is.
He's a light-bending guy, Kim! We should ask every question.
And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grad. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
Actually, at the level this guy is, it takes several generations to do that. But, alright.
Barely past this rhetoric. Go on, yes, what's it like being an extremely high net worth individual?
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
You're right, capital accumulation its own reward. You think you should use your great wealth for the glory of your fatherland. You're a thief! People are working while you chill in here, bending light. It's great you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Cool, I don't even have any rich replies. We can either just nod along with them or say, don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Yeah.
Sure. And they benefit when I buy things to stimulate the economy. Do you know how many jobs it takes to build and maintain a racing yacht?
Hundreds? Thousands? A million? I would think only hundreds.
Dozens, at least. Of course, in the future, it'll all be automated. But my point is this.
It's like, why are you in the container? Not a question.
Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take that from him.
Does a man not deserve the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington. Man, being a high net worth individual sounds great.
This truly, it's almost entirely carefree. It really leaves you time to better yourself spiritually.
Hey. All this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
You need a trivial perception. There's something strange about you.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but you look a little different.
Are you talking about my chin?
No, I can't even see it, so what happened to the light?
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient?
The Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1, or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth. Among that group of individuals, it's been observed that when the Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual.
So what's our coefficient? You tell me you're so rich that light literally bends around your face. This is what? Now, of course, this still, it's a funny concept, but it still makes no sense, right? Because this would, well, actually, it could, if you wanted to talk about crazy people, I guess, this would mean that every homeless person with zero net worth would see everyone as a bending light individual. It's our coefficient. Telling you're so rich that literally light bends around your face.
Among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
Really?
No, No, not really. There are actually quite many digits.
Kim, are you seeing this weird
I
stuff?
see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Which you admit is odd, so Kim says he's not seeing the light distortion.
Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
What are you doing in this container?
Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think.
Is it safe?
By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
In the very, very early days of colonizing this archipelago, the kingdom of Sirens, a precursor of a modern
Yeah, this is safe, yeah.
used to own the city of Revachol.
In a container suspended by a crane.
In the bigger picture, but still worth dropping.
Worth dropping. We're in Revachol, formerly a colony of the kingdom of Cernès. A district of Revachol, former capital of the world. We're Marnace. There's a pretty good hostel here called the Royal Rags. I really don't know. So, we want to mention the kingdom because our and we need a pretty high encyclopedia score. We need 12. We have 14.
Ah, a fellow history buff. I myself am currently reading up on Franco-Nigerian era trains. Very interesting stuff. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
Yes, that's what I want to do. Wait, why don't you help him? You get so much money, it can't make a difference to you. You travel place to place via the shipping day. Why not help them?
There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it. Except more seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that.
So you travel place to place in this cargo container.
Smart, no?
You're not banding with anyone. Yeah, Kim won't even want to ask.
All the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to.
Hide from the targeted advertising in the container.
Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, bail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
Those things all sound pretty nice. You say being rich isn't worth the hassle. Yeah, it does sound pretty tiresome.
Don't get me wrong. They're nice things. But once you achieve a certain level of wealth, your time and mental space become much more important than material goods.
He speaks from the heart. He has very different problems compared to low net worth individuals such as yourself. For example, no problems at all.
Good. Well, he said being rich is great. I don't think I want to say you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle. Let me ask you something else. Well...
What?
No.
I didn't say that at all.
Right.
Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
Wink. You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money? There's nothing else left to ask.
Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man.
Wait, what? Oh, hold on, it's behind me. I have to turn off the webcam. What? Look at our net worth. Right next to the clock. In the bottom right corner. It says 33833567078 It's off the screen, like 27900.98. We used to have $6.
As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this?
Gets me almost nothing. Thank you for your kindness. Sure enough more, thank you for a billionaire. How much money is needed to see this guy? He's what thanks gone. Gets me almost nothing. Thank you for your kindness. Sure enough, I thought you were a billionaire. Gets me almost nothing. I don't know, I wonder if thank you for your kindness does any better. Gets me almost nothing.
That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest. Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
Wait, so... Conceptualization godly. Present a sound investment plan. Oh, on this one.
Stopping by.
Hold on. This one I feel like I have to cheat, because, I mean, this is just too unusual.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
You must be mistaken, I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's gotta keep it sane around here. I keep saying none of the above political stuff, isn't it? Mr. Reasonable, someone's gotta keep it sane.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way.
Thanking Bane for thinking you're a good person.
Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
No more talks, I'm waiting for passport. No, I'm too fiery for this watercolor ideology. Trying to open some more extreme and interesting opinions. Where's this Kingdom of Conscience?
It's not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about the circumstances of reason?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
What about all things that are wrong now?
Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working.
You don't win. You just do a little bit better each time.
What rationality?
Wait, is the Kingdom of Conscience really about doing things, or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
Generally.
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
What's it like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national.
In other words, Star Trek.
It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
That seems fine. I still want to live for the present, though. Opt out. Sounds kind of terrible. I don't want to be a moral stay more opt out. Sounds incredible. Lonzy? Let's go there right now.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Let's get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in,
with Bill Gates here.
We are all going to be so much happier.
Kingdom of Conscience. Wait, Kingdom of Conscience was all about taking a long time, and yet the research time is only an hour and a half, compared to Wasteland of Reality, which takes 20 hours. I don't have another skill point. Arc's powerful, democracy is subtle, incremental. Temporary research bonus, -2 intimidation. Calm water, -2 afterlife. I do think I want to start researching the Wasteland of Reality, though. This is the... It's been brought to your attention that you're an alcoholic, and it's a sickness, and it's killing you. Perhaps they're right. Anything's better than this. Even bone dry reality itself. Maybe you can quit, although it's going to reduce our physical instrument. I like the idea. We're already sorry, cop. I like the idea, just like in you know, I like BoJack Horseman. Trying to fix yourself. Will it succeed? I don't know. But
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
so he is saved. 28% chance. We're gonna save scum this one. If it fails.
If business planning were really your strong suit, you probably wouldn't be a cop.
Critical failure. Double ones. You should invest in the cops.
He should what?
The volunteer police force. And why would I do that?
Because if you don't, who will? It's chronically mismanaged, deeply corrupt, and completely outmatched. Because they've got... Although if it's chronically mismanaged, wouldn't giving it more money not solve that issue?
Just a minute. The RCM has its difficulties, but generally speaking...
You know, that's exactly what I've heard. From what I understand, the RCM, as currently constituted, is essentially a lost cause. Still, the idea of a privatized police force is extremely forward-thinking. You could even say it's ultra liberal. Tell me, if you could invest in the RCM, where would you direct your resources?
Take care of the people who protect the people.
Pay raises for officers, generous benefits. Pay some designers with a new logo and tagline. Pay raises for officers.
I don't believe in giving anyone money for nothing, but maybe there is something to using market incentives to improve performance.
If I could interject, the RCM's problems are mainly structural. We are hamstrung by a lack of clear lines of authority, and our system of performance reviews strongly disincentivizes inter-precinct cooperation.
I think the lieutenant's right. Your problems run much deeper than equipment or funding. The entire org structure of the RCM needs to be redefined. You need a unified chain of command. New metrics for measuring performance that reward real police work. Does that sound right?
This is like the definition of the most missable thing in the game. You need an impossible rationalization check to get in here. And the conversation is like half an hour long. That's why this game is like intensely replayable. How much stuff that's missable like this is in the game?
Yes. That's precisely what we need.
So you'll do it?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Imagine how much work that would take. Why would I do that when I can just...
It's all voices, AT. Yes, now it is. With the final cut.
The comfort of this shipping container. The thing about investing is that the less work you have to do, the better. Don't overthink. That's what return on investment means.
The lieutenant's disappointment is palpable. It's like someone just shot his dog.
That's how his portrait always kinda looks.
Now, was there anything else?
Damaged morale.
Gentlemen with?
Wonder how a rich kid must be not have any light dilation. Or maybe, you know, we're just crazy. Business loves silence, second loudest sound in the world, kept stolen by the collector, screams the market, crash victims. Let me whisper to you. Do you feel like the veil of the sun god slipping? Are the very days gone? Are we entering bankruptcy? Is the company gonna go down, leaving the gutter with all the rest of the dredges delivering parcels for soup money? Need to crisis manage your way out of this. We get bankruptcy sequence there, but let's go back and save scum our way to passing the check. Alright, might take a couple of tries, 28% chance.
We're getting reports of normal. The air, it's time. It is not a place. Increment. History's... That's the genius of Dolores. The king partly... It's also... Slowed down. That's right.
Oh, wait, did I not? I thought I saved right before the check, but...
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Okay. Present the sound best plan.
Deploying
Succeed.
high-concept
Great.
buzzword generator. All systems functional. Ready to engage in 3, 2, 1.
Conceptualization, your roll 18, needed 16.
It's time to disrupt the future. You've got to stay lean, innovative, and focus on what matters most. The children.
I thought you saved this. I may have missed an incremental save. You should invest in a youth center.
Youth center, huh? What kind of youth center?
A place to teach them practical skills, like teamwork and self-discipline. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear.
1 decade to instilling liberal economic values in children from low net worth families. 1 to inspire future leaders of tomorrow into public service. You know, regular youth center with basketball courts and stuff to teach teamwork and other emotional skills. Liberal economic values in children from low net worth families. We talked about the idea that when he puts money in things, it doesn't seem to lead to anything.
Brilliant. Without
Brilliant.
children, who'll be there to buy stuff in the future?
Yeah, if it doesn't work out, you can always repurpose the center as a shopping mall or a private equity firm.
When life closes a door, it opens a window, yes? What's the expected return on this?
With humans, there's always risk associated, which is why we gotta hold on to the center itself as a fallback. Highly educated, work-ready, human capital ready to direct itself toward any number of your vast interests.
You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now. Good work.
Very impressive. You've got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities.
Thank you. I know! Oh man, it's the Han Solo response. I hope it doesn't do anything wrong, so I want to say the Han Solo.
I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What's the point of being rich if you have to follow all the rules? Here's the round of seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things off the ground.
$100! Thank you for placing your unwavering trust in me. Thanks for the handout. I want to kind of say it.
Remember, it's not a handout. It's an investment, and I expect to see returns.
The lieutenant stands there, dumbfounded. His mouth opens slightly, then closes again.
What do you think, Kim? Not bad, huh?
I'm not unimpressed. Let's leave it at that.
Now, was there anything else I could help you gentlemen with?
Alright, so with some godly level checks, we get $100. Now we got 110, but yeah, look at this. Yeah, oh man, it's super cool. It's behind my head, but it's super cool. So right now, it says we have 110 real, right? In the lower right corner. Exactly 110. As we start to approach the bend in light, as we start to approach him, then our money distorts to higher and higher values. Impossibly high values. And as we move away from it, our money goes down. And now we're back in reality. Away from the net worth distortion field. That's a very subtle detail. The game doesn't point it out to you at all. I just saw it. Alright, well that's a super unique sequence. I was hoping we'd get back to the crime scene, but I guess we'll set that up for not tomorrow, but when are we getting back to that? Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna try Prey Moon Crash. And then, yeah, Thursday we're doing more of this, and then Friday we're gonna go ahead and get back into Yakuza 0. So yeah, it's Hearthstone time, but let's go ahead and take a jaunt. Take a jaunt back to, the crime scene. We're not actually gonna do the thing, we'll do that first thing on Thursday. I said, no, Kuno, no. Maybe I'll look at them and see if anything dialogue options, because I'm gonna run over there anyway. If we see anything especially interesting on the way, we'll find, but we can't get wrapped into a 20-minute sequence. He said, I knew there was cool stuff inside that crate. Kim denied it. The Union leader denied it. with the power of godly rolls, there's something there. But the task from Everard. Yeah, I don't know which door we need to open, actually. Open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard. Oh, which is actually right by the crime scene investigation. Who did he say was gonna give me the key, though, actually? I forget. Was it this guy? Was it the Union? No, he's against the Union, right? No, he's against the Union. Who was supposed to give me the key? It doesn't even mention in the journal. Is it you?
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man, too, probably.
Labor Utopia, not approvingly. Nice enough. Terrible!
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Who killed the hangman?
Mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Harbor's primary suspicion. Now, in your opinion, who are the dock workers involved? Are the dockers involved in the killing?
I thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed out.
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that
He
mean?
was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
The murdering type. But that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
Got
No
5
problem.
XP.
I wish the best to you in your search.
Ever so you're the key to the store.
Key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
Say it belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
Saw an opportunity, I took it. I'm a hustle grinder. Heard something about the weasel. It did sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. What? Not opening this door for myself. I'm opening it for all working men. I'm not really doing this for political reasons. Heard somehow weasel. It did sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. Wink.
Polar weasel? Oh. I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure it's actually...
Oh, no!
Occidental, though. So you're gonna be committing fratricide, my racist friend.
Whoops.
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's
Whoops.
behind the whaling and rides. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
I thought it was just talking about an actual animal in the area. You know, heard something about a weasel. It's not. It's not one of the ones that's, you know, cute outside the walls. Accidental racism, yes.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything I should know about this weasel person when he'll be
I'm
home?
more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture
What we're
stuff.
fighting
He's
for.
not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
We're
Why are you
negotiating
striking?
our share. Aye.
Your share. Wait, it's not wages or pensions or... How large a share would you get? Oh, I get economy stuff. How large a share would you like? All of it.
However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism.
Just on the
we're
same
on
page.
page. Communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
Are you a communist?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all.
Guys, this game looks great. They got a patch that made it all voiced. There's tons of dialogue options, tons of choices. I'm very impressed by it.
Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Great to see Cosmic, by the way. Hope you're doing well. We're getting ready to swap over to Hearthstone, but I'm gonna run over to the crime scene. Right on, brother!
Just the way the world works, Boyadero.
What about Boss
I
Man?
think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him.
I don't like him.
In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
He tried to pressure me in 3 different ways. With my lost gun, with money, and what was the third one? Alright, Daddy. Was there a 4th one, too? Where's Boss in the Union Tail anyway?
You kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties. Watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt?
Why would he not
We
be
live in a
corrupt?
harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
The desk and chair seemed
He
lavish.
is reasonably lavish, sure.
Reasonably
That's
lavish.
his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now.
All comes
The way he
together.
thinks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool, that of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Doesn't sound that cool. Sounds antiquated, obsolete, passé. It's not disco. Maybe I'm this.
No,
I could, but what if maybe unless?
no. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
All right. Well, we are getting distracted on the way back to the body, which was sort of the plan. Small distractions, though. Can we get anything else out of the racist guy now that we have the racist thought?
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to... Oh, yeah, there
Doesn't
sure
look like it.
fucking is. Hell no. Trusting...
Not really. Oh, about this trash can. Huh. There's a morale heal in it. Sweet. Alright. Back towards the crime scene. Anything new with you?
Hello again. Off.
Nope. So right there. That's what we'll be doing next time, I think, as long as it works like it did in the playthrough I'm doing off stream. Anything for Kuno? Lara wants to talk to Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it? You're Get lost, right, pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
Just a stack of Eternite back there. Point to the shack.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks.
He's hiding something.
Are you hiding something?
Pig, if Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden.
But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again.
I should? That ladder yours?
It's not fucking Kuno's. It's ancient. Look at it.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Kuno. He says you climbed the ladder up to your magic treehouse.
Get the fuck out of here, pig. Kuno doesn't have a magic treehouse.
There is new dialogue I missed, or didn't exist before. What's in that greenhouse over there?
No. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Uppergite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Erie-Uppergites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Oh, and Garner used to work there? I mean, the one by the whirling rags, that Garner?
Yeah, that's That's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it.
He fills his lungs with the rancid air. What do you mean, the young woman?
Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing the garden beds.
Apparently I should ask her about that.
Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
Yeah, whatever.
New stuff I wasn't expecting.
Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno.
It's always Kuno, never
I thought we asked this.
Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
For yourself in the third person.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Trying to get...
The boy knows he has an addictive personality. Admirable insight for his age.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! Help!
Now this we saw where they start yelling at us.
Kuno, help! Yeah?
Yeah, that's...
Bye!
Okay. Wait, where was the pile of stuff I should look at again? Was it this?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Drama said take another look. I don't know if I want to save scum this, but it's only a 20% chance.
An inconspicuous pile
Perception
of the
sight.
material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, rhythmic pattern, calm.
Well, I failed the check. I think I'll leave it that way, and maybe we'll get some points in it later and get to try again. But it's interesting that we have another reason to look at that.
Kuno, the pig looks like it's time for me to go. I'm going away.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Stay away from me.
Right, but this right here, this trash here is the main thing we're looking at.
There he still is, looking right through you. The ammonia only. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Yeah, we still failed. Save scum ready. Yep. I don't want to be a cop anymore.
Get a hold of yourself.
The weight is reassuring.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Seriously, this is fun. I don't want to be a policeman anymore.
Okay, you've said it. You needed to say it. And now that you have, you need to get your shit together.
Nah.
No. You will get your shit together.
The compressor.
You're sure this has not affected his impression of you in a good way. For a moment, the hanged man appears to smile. His lips are red, like a clown.
Bitch fight, see? Bitches are at it.
Bitches about to kill each other, I think.
We should go and do something else. Give it half an hour. Then come back when you've gotten your act together.
So let's just... we finished Story Cop.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will.
These are the BoJack moves.
These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
This actually seems pretty useful. If we fail physical checks, we heal health, and we fail physical checks all the time. And if we fail intellectual or psychological checks, which is less common, we heal morale. Also, the learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. There's no downside to rigorous self-critique. It's just big heals. Big heals when you fail things. No downside, only upside. Here's the... Yeah, he said give it half an hour. Here's a very quick learned thought. Talk to you, that'll help. And then there's the Kingdom of Conscience. But we don't know what these bonuses are in the end. We're still learning Long Way Home. We still have the Advanced Race Theory, which gives us +1 to conceptualization. Alright. This is how you heal. Mm-hmm. There's quite the pep talk. Because the game offers too much optimism. Alright, I'm actually not sure if I want to save this, because that was just big failures, but, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Alright, well, we got $100. We got $100 out of that light thing, and that was interesting. That was very interesting. Okay.